What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Canon gameplay. Today we're going to be talking about the massive shotgun buffs that came in the VV hotfix on Friday. So let's head over and let's talk about it. So these shotguns received a pretty substantial buff in my opinion. So as it says here, shotguns are coming up for their identity passes. In the short term, we see them shred at point blank range and suffer at every other range. We will not have shotgun sniping, but the close mid range could use some love given how dominant SMGs currently are versus this weapon category at this range. They decrease the close to mid-range damage fall off to all shotguns, basically buffing the damage for 10 to 15% at this range. And this was applied to, of course, the SKL6, Striker 810, S12 Tactical, and the Arbitrator. So for someone that enjoys running shotguns in Rogue Company, it's not something that I run consistently by any stretch of the imagination, but it is something that I do enjoy running from time to time, especially on specific maps like Icarus, Factory, Palace. You know, there's a handful of maps where I feel like the shotguns feel very, very good and very, very reliable. Now, when they started making their initial shotgun changes to the weapons back when Jared was adjusting everything, then, you know, the shotguns kind of went the way of the dodo, right? They kind of got nerfed out of existence to a degree. Now, they were still viable and they were still absolutely usable, but compared to how the SMGs were performing at the time and also how the other weapons were performing at the time, they realistically didn't fit or slot into anywhere to be able to feel competitive enough or to be able to feel reliable enough to be able to do what you needed to do with these weapons. Now, whenever the hotfix dropped, I hopped into the game and I went through every single change on this hotfix. I played a match, at least one, if not two matches, with every shotgun, and just to see how good these shotguns feel, to see how reliable these shotguns feel. And to me, they feel like they are in a 10 times better state, especially with weapons like the SKL6, where it does have a little bit more of an extended range for that weapon, because you're able to get in there, you're able to hit some pretty nutty shots with these shotguns, especially if you position yourself in a very, very interesting and also close quarter mindset way. You're able to do a lot of damage very, very quickly. I do feel like that they are still very balanced. I do feel like there's plenty of ways to counterplay these weapons in this game, but I do feel like that they are in a much better state than they previously were. And currently, there's not really anything else I would do with the shotguns. I would let them exist where they exist at currently with this buff, see how everything plays out, and then possibly in the future, maybe look at making nuanced changes with these, you know, with a specific weapon. The SKL6 feels like it is something that is very range oriented, but you also have to manage that pump feature. The Striker 810 is the tried and true running gun option that auto fires. The range on it doesn't feel like it is significantly impacted from this change, but it does feel slightly better than it did before. The S12 Tactical feels like it is kind of slotting back into the former glory that it originally had whenever they started making the changes. And the Arbitrator just feels like a very reliable two-shot shotgun. That's currently where it feels a void. That's currently how it feels in game, and to me, that's exactly where this weapon should exist at. I mean, whenever you run it with specific rogues that have specific perks like Chalk, then of course the Arbitrator is going to feel much, much, much worse than it actually is, especially since there's no downtime associated with the reload on it. But at the end of the day, it feels very good, feels very reliable, and it feels like something that you can really get in there and shred and do work with. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are your current thoughts with these shotguns? Do you think that these shotgun buffs is going to be something that is going to like bring the shotguns up to the next level of existence, and we're going to see kind of a resurgence of shotgun use in game? Or do you feel like that this is right on that cusp of like making them playable? We'll see some shotguns, and we won't see a huge increase in player base actually running them. Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys. How do we have advantage and then we all gonna get fucked over? How's that gonna happen? Like, do y'all not know what's going on, or what are we doing here? What up, man? Not a whole lot, just chilling.
Guardians with Richard.
How sad was that shit, though? High evolutionary?
When he shot that fucking otter, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I held back tears a couple times. I don't want to cry in front of Richard. Fuck you! I don't want to cry in front of Richard. He said, you've done it before.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it though, man. I love the guy that played the high evolutionary.
Yeah.
Like, he was fucking incredible, dude. I don't know who that dude is, but like, I'm down.
I thought that was going to be like a version of Kang. I like seeing the like at the end credit scene where you see who's currently in the Guardians now.
Yeah.
And Groot's a goddamn Hulk. But the after credit scenes didn't really tell you anything.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's on Earth, so if something happens on Earth, he might show up.
Yeah.
His grandfather, so. I wonder what Mantis is gonna do with this guy. Fucking owls.
What up, Garbo?
What up, buddy?
Haven't watched no Guardians. That's what.
Oh, okay, well I'm gonna be quiet then. You need to watch it. It's on the
machine.
Oh, what'd you think?
I like it. And I was gonna watch Guardians.
What'd you think about Bert's acting?
It was like a stage comedy. I thought it was really good overall. He was acting really good. The beginning was kind of, but once it actually started going into Rush and everything, that's when it started getting really.
You remember the scene at the party where he says something about that lady? She was like, "Hey, Kreischer, no booze," and he's like, "Hey, whoever, no husband."
Yeah, no husband.
That's his actual wife. Yeah, that was Leanne, dude.
Talking about his own wife, man.
It was funny that he had her in there as somebody else.
Yeah, instead of his wife. That's what I thought. Damn, he got lucky as hell.
I mean, for Leanne's like 55, so for someone who's 55, she looks good, but she was a model when you met her. she's from Georgia, like rural Georgia.
Ooh.
Like she says pecans, like I do.
She's a pecan girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. We're the largest producer of pecans in the nation. That's how you say it.
Is that how they pronounce it? Is that how everybody in that factory says it? Like, these pecans.